Do you have a cleaning job that just does not merit lugging out your large vacuum cleaner to take care of the job, and is in a precarious place where it doesn't make sense to actually try and send your robot vacuum to?
Starting cleaning.
Hello, I am Wanderer001, and despite the tongue-in-cheek title of this video, this is a review of the Wyze Handheld Vacuum Cleaner. Yes, the same Wyze that brings you indoor security cameras, outdoor security cameras, indoor-outdoor security cameras, doorbells, and more have now created a vacuum cleaner. I have mixed feelings about this. In no way, shape, or form is this a smart device. It does not connect to an app. It won't tell you how much particulate you've picked up. It's a vacuum cleaner. With that out of the way, let's talk about how good or bad this particular vacuum cleaner is from Wyze. The vacuum cleaner itself is 19 ounces in weight. So it's nice, it's light, you don't have to worry about it. It comes with a 6,000 milliamp battery, which powers the device for up to 30 minutes if you are on the basic suction setting. If you go to the more advanced or the high powered suction setting, you're gonna get 10 to 12 minutes of suction, which is something we'll discuss a little later. The charge time for that 6,000 milliamp battery is 3 hours, and you'll see right there you do have dots that when the vacuum is on and when it's charging, you will see a progression of dots and they'll fill up and it'll be done charging. Powering the device is a 100,000 RPM motor, which is fancy talk for it's got a nice motor in it. Likewise, you might see Wyze touting the suction level of 16,800 PA. What does that mean? It's a suction level. I'm looking at this more of a realistic hands-on review of this. So we're going to talk about those specifications a little later, but just to give you a general idea of what you're looking at, it's matte plastic all around. It does have a nice grip all around. Down there you can see you've got your exhaust vents. Right here it has a USB-C charging port, which is great, so that's also why you can charge this in 3 hours. We have up here, which is the business end of things, we've got a little pop-up flip out to drop your garbage out of, which is really nice, and you can see there's a trap door there with some hair on it. And then our nozzle. With the Wyze Handheld Vacuum, you also get attachments. Starting off our attachments list is a extender hose. This is actually a adapter piece which fits into the front here for some of the modules. Now this is what kind of, I don't want to say irked me, but was a little annoying in that you need that extender module for your crevice tool. So nice little crevice tool there, and your brush. So again, attaches there, you can use your brush. You do not need the adapter tool for your flathead right here. So that just goes right in there. At first I thought this was just a tool that could be used with it, but you could technically do it if you wanted more of a rounded suction device, but that would be a little odd. Also included in the box with your handheld vacuum is, no, it is not a trash bag, it is a plastic sleeve that holds this. I'm not going to lie, the price of this is not terrible, but I also feel that the plastic sleeve just kind of feels really like they cheaped out on this. It also comes with a wall wart and a USB-C cable. So you can actually charge this with everything that comes in the box. So right there, we can plug it in and we can actually charge it. Now keep in mind that this charger does take 3 hours to charge the vacuum itself, but the fact that they not only include the cable, but the wall wart, I greatly appreciate that because so many times they might provide the cable, but not the wall plug. It does have little feeties on the bottom here so that you can kind of keep this in a upright position like that. But I don't know about you, but when I've had vacuums like this in the past, generally I'll have them mounted or stuck in the corner like that. Wyze currently does not sell or support a stand for this, so you either are going to have this sitting flat in the corner somewhere, or in that little bag hanging up somewhere, which does not also include space for all of the attachments that come with it. I don't know why they did that, but they did. The handheld vac also does come with a HEPA filter, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna crack this open. So here is our power end. We're gonna stick that over here, and then we're gonna start taking things out so that we can see our different filter stages. Now, I did not particularly clean this one out well after the last time I used it because I wanted it to look dirty. I want you to know that I've been testing this for quite some time. And then we're gonna take out our next stage filter here. The screen filter can be washed. That paper filter does need to be replaced. But you can see that there is some hair and sand-like particulate left, and that sand-like particulate is actually litter because I primarily got this as a means of using as a crevice tool around my litter box review up there in the corner, where I just didn't feel like getting my large vacuum out. And the Wyze vacuum does not have a way of remoting and telling it to spot clean specific areas. Reviewing that corner, it's a good robot vacuum, but unless you designate a specific room area, you can't just send the robot out to it. So that's why I got this. Let's talk about the actual cleaning, because that's what this is. It is a cleaning tool. I've got a little cleaning montage of things that I let go and get really dusty and dirty. So why don't we take a look at that, and then we will come back and discuss. There you saw. It's kind of hit or miss, at least for what I was using it to clean. Hair, dust, litter, which could be considered sand, they're all a fine particulate. And I really think something like this is designed to be for bigger things, you know, larger things. It doesn't seem to do well with things of that nature, which is kind of upsetting because that's why I get something like this. The flip out and dump out head here is a nice feature, but as we can see in actual practice here, it's not conducive. It has the same problem that my Dyson does sometimes, where hair will get trapped up around the cone and then you can't get it out and you have to disassemble the whole thing and pull it out that way. Now the thing is, because that cone is there, and yes, I understand it is a HEPA filter and it is there to help cut down on the pollen pollutants that are coming back out of it, there's just not a lot of space for debris in here. So you're either going to be emptying it after every use, or you're just not going to be able to use it a lot. I mean, it's an odd thing. I thought this would fulfill a need that I had. And I wanted it to fulfill the need that I had because I really need like a handheld vacuum of sorts. I just don't think the Wyze Handheld Vacuum is that vacuum for me, which is a little upsetting because I've gotten pretty much everything that Wyze has put out, and with the exception of a few things, I have found a purpose and a use for them. This in particular, I don't know. I didn't get their standing upright vacuum because of my experiences with their handheld vacuum, in that to me, they're a smart home company. I get that they're trying to branch out, but just making a generic handheld vacuum, it seemed really odd for me. If you are considering purchasing this, you're looking to spend around $80+ depending on where you get this, either on their website or from Amazon. I'll have a link in the description if you're interested, but realistically for me, I mean, yes, hand shape wise and everything, it's a good vacuum, itty bitty container, inability to drop out dirt, which is just hair that gets wrapped up in there, it kind of falls short for me. And I hate saying that about a Wyze product because I have really liked a lot of their stuff. But this is an honest review, so I personally would skip this and look for something else. With that being said, I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.
If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like, as that will help other people find the video as well. If you like what I'm doing here, you can always help fuel the next review by buying me a coffee, link in the description below. Last but not least, if you want to be notified when I upload a new video, you know what to do.